What's going on, everybody? We're going to give it a minute here, let everybody join in before we do our rules. What's going on, Andrew? All right, well, we'll see about that. You can't do any worse, right? Cry twice if the answer is yes. All righty, let's do our, get these. If you want to download the official Play at Home score sheet, I just put the link in the comment section. So if you'd like to use that, go ahead and download that PDF. All right, let's do our rules real quick while we wait for everybody to join the game. Those of you who have played many times before, this is the time where you can get up and go to the bathroom or grab a beverage, make a sandwich, let the dogs or the kids out, whatever you need to do. I'll meet you back here in about 2 minutes. We're going to go over the rules before we get our game going tonight. We're going to play 5 rounds of pub-style trivia. First round is a picture round, followed by 3 specific categories, and then a round of general trivia. Each round is made up of 5 questions worth 1 point each, and 1 bonus question that's worth 2 points. Those questions tend to be a little bit harder. That's why they're worth twice as many points. So 30 questions in all will be asked of you this evening. Game takes a little over an hour to complete, depending on how sidetracked we get along the way. Here's how the game breaks down. I'm going to read you the questions. They will also appear on your screen. You're going to write down your answers on your own score sheet. You can either print out the score sheet that's provided in the link in the comment sections or pin to the top of the Trivia Nights with Greg Facebook page. If you don't want to use that sheet, save the ink. You can use any piece of scratch paper you've got lying around the house. It doesn't matter. Just make sure you have enough room for 30 answers, and you group your answers together by round. Please do not put any answers in the comment section. Leave the comment section for everything else except putting answers in. Answers only go on your score sheets. So I'm going to read you the questions, and I'm going to repeat all the questions for you for each round in case you need to hear it again or you missed one. After giving you a brief moment, I will read you the correct answers, and you're going to score your own score sheets at home. So we're playing on the honor system tonight. So please, no cheating, no changing answers or filling in the blanks or anything like that. We're playing for fun to kind of give us a little break as these crazy times continue around us. So let's just have some fun. Please, no cheating. At the end of the final round, you're going to add up the scores from all 5 of your rounds, put your final total nice and big on your score sheet, circle it, take out your smartphones, and take a picture of that finalized score sheet, and then send it to me via Facebook Messenger if you're playing on one of our other platforms tonight. Periscope players can send me a direct message on Twitter. If you're playing on YouTube, you could just post your picture in the comment section. That works too. Same with Periscope. Or just let me know what you guys scored. We'll figure it out. I will then take a couple of moments to figure out our top 5 for the night, and then crown our big Tuesday night Facebook Live champion for our Play at Home Trivia Nights, which we unfortunately are going to have to do more of these days. As always, you are allowed to double your score for 1 of the 5 rounds, and you simply do that by circling the group of answers for the round you want to double before you hear the correct answers. When we play this game live, hopefully sooner rather than later, Tuesday nights in Edison Park at the Firewater Saloon and Wednesday at their Southside location in Mount Greenwood, you turn in your score sheet after the questions are read for each round. So you don't have your answer sheet with you when the answers are being read. So in the spirit of the game, I ask that you please decide what round you're going to double before you hear the answers. I give you, a moment or two break in between reading the questions and the answers. That's when you decide if you want to double the round. So say the picture round, our first round, you think you did good, you think you got all 6 right. Go ahead and circle your whole group of answers before the correct ones are revealed, and then you can give yourself double the amount of points for that particular round. Please don't wait till after you hear the answers to a round and say, hey, we got all 6 right, let's double that one. Or wait to the end of the night and just simply pick the round you got the most questions right to double. Again, it's on the honor system. There's no reason to cheat. So please pick your round to double before you hear the answers. So basically, the only 3 major rule infractions that can ruin our night is cheating of any kind, looking up answers, changing answers, any of that sort of nonsense, putting answers in the comment section, and also doubling your score after you hear the answers for that round. So that's our rules. Let's go for our categories tonight for this Tuesday evening. Our picture round tonight will be famous logos. I simply will just show you some logos. You got to tell me the company or service, product, whatever that logo belongs to. You have to identify that. Sports movies was a request for tonight. I don't remember exactly who gave me that request. Was it Casey? Whoever it was, you get your sports movies round. Round 3 is double letter celebrities. I'm giving you clues to different celebrities whose first and last name start with the same letter. You got to figure out who I'm talking about. There's no multiple choice or true false in that round. Parks and Recs, that is a request as well. That was Carrie and the Goonies wanted a round on Parks and Recreation. So we will do that in round 4, and we'll end our night with our general trivia round. Just some randomness to figure out our winner. There will be no true false or multiple choice in that round either. So keep that in mind when figuring out which round you want to double. As always, scrolling on the bottom there, that's where you find my PayPal and Venmo information if you're feeling generous and you'd like to send a tip. Tips are not required to play tonight, but they certainly are appreciated, especially now that we can't do indoor big group trivia anymore. So both of my main sources of income, hosting trivia for large events and covering and scouting hockey. There's no hockey being played either, so my income's drying up pretty quick here. So if you could help out, that would be fantastic, but it's not required. Another way you can help out, you can head over to thehockeywriters.com, that author page that's scrolling at the bottom. That's where you'll get a link to over nearly 600 different articles I've written since being with the Hockey Writers. Click away on those. All the clicks bring in more money. The more clicks, the more money I get. I do the daily Today in Hockey History column over there. Blackhawks coverage. We did our live show last night on YouTube and Facebook. You can check that out as well. And yeah, so you never know when one of those hockey tidbits from the daily history column is going to show up in a question here on trivia. So you might get some trivia answers while helping me get the click rate up. All right, that wraps up the categories and my begging for the night. So let's get into our game. Famous logos is our first round. It is a picture round. We always start off with a picture round. We'll bring back the video round soon. We were doing video clip rounds for a while there. I'm going to save those for special occasions just because those videos seem to get flagged by the Facebook police and they don't get saved, and it's just a hassle. So we'll save those video clip rounds for special occasions, but we'll bring one back soon. But tonight, we'll start with a picture round. Famous logos. I'm going to show you some logos, and you just have to tell me what product, service, company, whatever it belongs to. So we're going to start off with our famous logo number 1. Got to open this folder up real quick. Here we go. Here's famous logo number 1. What logo does that belong to? Whose logo is that? Famous logo number 1. What does that belong to? All right, logo number 2. Let's get it on. There it is right there. What logo is this one? All right. Hey there, Jen. How are you? Good to see you. Sucks that it's not our normal meeting place, but this will have to do. Sorry, I didn't see your comment till right now. That's logo number 2. Here comes logo number 3 for you. There we are. Logo number 3. Yeah, so we have no idea when we'll be able to do our in-person trivia games again. So just have to ride it out and play it online again like we did before. Sunday nights we get together. We'll end our weekend on Sundays. And then 3 straight nights midweek, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays will be our regular schedule at 7 o'clock. Thursdays we'll keep our theme nights going. This Thursday I think I'm going to do food and drink. We'll do all food and drink themed trivia this Thursday night. I was going through some of my old categories. I'm putting together like a database of my categories, and more on that later. And found a whole bunch of food and drink categories. So that's what we're going to do Thursday. All right, let's do logo number 4. And as always, if you have suggestions, there's our logo number 4. If you have suggestions for categories you want to play or a Thursday theme night, feel free to send those suggestions, put them in the comments, or send them in the message when you send me your score sheet at the end of the night. These nights are for you guys. I don't care. I'm just here to read the questions and make bad observations throughout the night. I don't care what questions I'm reading. So if you got suggestions, feel free to send them this way. Joey's asking next week, Wednesday and Thursday. Obviously with the holiday, I doubt I'll do Thursday night, even though everybody's staying home and playing, pretty much for Thanksgiving. Wednesday, I'll probably do Wednesday. There's no reason not to. It's just another night at this point. Thursday, probably not. Unless you guys want to. If enough people say, hey, I want to play trivia on Thanksgiving after dinner, I don't have a problem with it. I'll likely be around. So I'd say no at this point unless the demand is there for it. But Wednesday for sure next week, night before Thanksgiving. Here's logo number 5. Night before Thanksgiving is not what it used to be. Hasn't been that way for years. And even if people wanted to go out for Blackout Wednesday, it's not even possible at this point. So we definitely play next week Wednesday. I'll gauge the crowd. If you guys want to play Thursday night next week, if you want to play a Thanksgiving night edition, I know most people have their Thanksgiving dinner kind of early. So if you're kind of all footballed out at that point, I'm footballed out completely at this point of the season. I've had enough. If it wasn't for my fantasy team in a playoff spot at this point, I wouldn't care about any of it. But I beat Joey in fantasy football, so that's all that matters. That's a victory. The rest is moot at this point. Okay, bonus question time for our logo round. For 2 points, Levi Strauss Company began their famous logo in 1886 that still features 2 of what animal? For 2 points, the Levi Strauss Company began using their famous logo in 1886 that still features 2 of what animal? And if you're happen to be wearing a pair of Levi's right now, then feel free to look on that tag. You've earned it. But I don't know who's wearing pants to play at-home trivia. I'm not wearing pants. Pants are optional at the play-at-home version of trivia. We're heading back to lockdown, which means no pants. I'm okay with that. All right, let's repeat our picture clues for you one more time. That's a loser emoji there, Joey. Loser. Let's do our logos real quick again a second time for you. There's number 1. Number 2. There it is. One more time for you. And number 3. Here's logo number 4. Don't forget to like the YouTube page, the Trivia Nights with Greg YouTube page. Subscribe to it. I believe that's the terminology they use there. That's another venue to play live on our play-at-home games. If you're cutting Facebook out of your life, you can play over at YouTube. I'm in the process of putting all the old games up there, but that is a chore to download them off of Facebook, then upload them onto YouTube. There's logo number 5. But you can still go back and play all the old games on Facebook as well. All the live broadcasts have been saved, except for the ones that they booted off for some copyrighted video clip rounds. Some of those have disappeared. I always find it funny that you can go on YouTube and find all kinds of copyrighted material put up illegally, but you played 5 seconds of a Disney song on a free trivia game and you're banned for life. Don't make sense to me. And our bonus question, one last time for you. For 2 points, Levi Strauss & Company began using their famous logo in 1886 that still features 2 of what animal? All right, I'll give you guys, excuse me, a minute to finalize your answers. Time for a lozenge. Throat is getting scratchy after doing Trivia Sunday and doing the Blackhawks Banter live show for an hour last night. All right, let's do our answers. It is the famous logo round, picture round, no, round 1 on your score sheets. Let's run through these real quick. Famous logo number 1, excuse me. That is one of 2 different logos used by Adidas. They have this logo, and then they have that other one. I think the more modest is their older logo. They have that newer one that kind of looks like the bars on your cell phone. Logo number 2. This is one popular with the kids. It's the Instagram. If you got that app on your phone, you've seen that before. Logo number 3. I don't think I've ever seen one of these in person, nor will I ever own one of these. That's the Ferrari logo. Logo number 4. This one might be popular with the ladies, or few of you gentlemen might know this one if you've screwed up big time and had to buy something to say you're sorry. This is the Chanel logo, Coco Chanel. Famous logo number 5, our last picture clue. This is a website that I think too many people rely on for their quote-unquote facts. Wikipedia. That's the Wikipedia logo. Yeah, not a credible source, but still can find some useful information there. And our bonus question for 2 points. The Levi Strauss and Company began using their famous logo they still use today back in 1886, and it features 2 horses. Horses, that makes sense. Levi's were worn by the cowboys or something like that. I don't know. Horses is what we're looking for. So those answers one more time for you. Number 1 was Adidas. Instagram was number 2. Ferrari was our answer for number 3. Number 4 was Chanel. Wikipedia was number 5. And the bonus question answer was horses. So that wraps up our picture round for the night. We're going to move right on to round number 2. This was a request. Sports movies. We've done this a couple of times. And I looked through my old notes from our previous play at home nights, because I knew we had done this a few times, just to make sure I don't repeat any questions. And we did this round like 4 weeks apart back in April and May, and like I almost did the same exact. I did like 3 of the 5 questions, and yeah, so no repeats. You have not heard these questions before, at least not play at home. Maybe at an in-person game, but not play at home. So sports movies is round number 2 on your score sheet. Here we go. Number 1, what were the name of the shoes guaranteed to make a kid run faster and jump higher in the Sandlot? What was the name of the shoes that was guaranteed to make a kid run faster, jump higher? They were the shoes Benny the Jet Rodriguez had, I believe. That's one of my favorite sports movies of all time. So good. So good. It's one of those, it's what I call a remote control movie. When you're flipping on TV looking for something to watch and you stumble across the Sandlot, you put the remote control down because you are done searching. You're going to stick around and watch the rest of the Sandlot. And hopefully you catch it before the tobacco scene. I love the tobacco scene. All right, let's do number 2. What NFL legend plays a coach in the soccer comedy Kicking and Screaming? Was it Mike Ditka, Bill Belichick, or Jimmy Johnson? What NFL legend plays a coach in the soccer comedy Kicking and Screaming? Was it Mike Ditka, Bill Belichick, or Jimmy Johnson? Little multiple choice for question number 2. Question number 3, true or false? In Dodgeball, Vince Vaughn's character has a heart-to-heart talk with Lance Armstrong when he was thinking of quitting. True or false? In Dodgeball, another great movie, Vince Vaughn's character has a heart-to-heart talk with Lance Armstrong when he was thinking of quitting. Question number 4. Rob Lowe, Patrick Swayze, and Keanu Reeves all played what sport in the 1986 drama Youngblood? Was that football, hockey, or wrestling? Rob Lowe, Patrick Swayze, and Keanu Reeves all played what sport in the 1986 drama Youngblood? Was that football, hockey, or wrestling? Very young Keanu Reeves. One of his first movies, I want to say. It was before he was a household name, before Bill and Ted, way before The Matrix. Yeah, that was also before Rob Lowe got in trouble for his little videotape incident. Yeah, and now he sells you Atkins chocolate bars. Funny how that works. Go from doing drugs with naked underage girls to selling Atkins chocolate. Good old Rob Lowe. Let's do number 5. What was the name of the 1987 arm wrestling movie in which Sylvester Stallone needed to turn his hat backwards before competing? Speaking of classics, how this movie did not get an Academy Award is beyond me. Snubbed. What was the name of the 1987 arm wrestling movie in which Sylvester Stallone needed to turn his hat backwards before competing? I haven't seen this in years. I'm going to have to rectify that soon. Sylvester Stallone is like one of the kings of the good bad movie. He's been in some really good movies. Like the first Rocky is great. Even the first Rambo is pretty good. But he's been in a lot of garbage, but you still watch it. Yes, Terry Funk is in this movie as well. His second greatest theatrical role. Of course, Terry Funk. Speaking of Oscar snubs, I don't know how he didn't get a Best Supporting Actor award for Roadhouse. The greatest piece of American cinema ever produced. Roadhouse. Terry Funk's in that one too. Oh, God bless the Funker. I think he's still wrestling every once in a while. Bonus question time for sports movie. In 1992's Mr. Baseball, Tom Selleck's character goes to Japan because a rookie, played by a real-life major leaguer, takes his first base spot. For 2 points, who is that real-life player? In 1992's Mr. Baseball, Tom Selleck's character goes to Japan because a rookie, played by a real-life Major League Baseball player, takes his first base spot. For 2 points, who was that real-life Major League Baseball player in Mr. Baseball? Mr. Baseball is a seriously underrated baseball movie. Seriously, it's not up there as far as being as good as a Field of Dreams or Major League or all those great ones that everybody said, but nobody ever mentions Mr. Baseball when they talk about baseball movies. It is an underrated baseball movie. All right, let's repeat these sports movies questions for you real quick for you. Number one, what was the name of the shoes guaranteed to make a kid run faster and jump higher in The Sandlot? That is a list-worthy movie right there, FYI. Yes, A League of Their Own is one of the best baseball movies. Didn't say it wasn't, but you always get League of Their Own, Field of Dreams. When you don't see Mr. Baseball in too many top 10 baseball movie lists. Bull Durham is another good one. And it's not as good as those, but it's still pretty damn funny. It's got some good lines in it. Number two, what NFL legend plays a coach in the soccer comedy Kicking and Screaming? Was that Ditka, Belichick, or Mr. Johnson, Jimmy Johnson? Number three, true or false, in Dodgeball, Vince Vaughn's character has a heart-to-heart chat with Lance Armstrong when he was thinking of quitting. Number four, Rob Lowe, Patrick Swayze, and Keanu Reeves all played what sport in the 1986 drama Youngblood? Is that football, hockey, or wrestling? Number four, number five, what was the name of the 1987 arm wrestling movie in which Sylvester Stallone needed to turn his hat backwards before competing? Bonus question time. Repeat. In 1992's Mr. Baseball, Tom Selleck's character goes to Japan because a rookie played by a real-life major league ball player takes his first base position away from him for 2 points. Who was that real-life baseball player in the movie? All right, I'll give you guys a few seconds here to finalize those answers. This is the time where if you want to double your score, you circle. Just put a big circle around your whole group of answers for this round. Yeah. If you didn't use it for the picture round, of course, and if you don't want to use it for this round, you still got 3 more rounds, a chance to use it. Double letter celebrities, Parks and Rec. General trivia is what's left. Parks and Rec is the only one of those 3 rounds that has multiple choice and or true false questions, just in case that helps you make your decision. All right, let's do our answers for round 2 before we move on to those double letter celebrities. Here we go. Sports movies, your answers. Number 1, what were the name of the shoes guaranteed to make a kid run faster and jump higher in The Sandlot? Those were PF Flyers. PF Flyers. Number 2, what NFL legend plays a coach in the soccer movie, soccer comedy Kicking and Screaming? That was Mike Ditka. Mike Ditka is who we're looking for there. Number 3, true or false, in Dodgeball, Vince Vaughn's character has a heart-to-heart talk with Lance Armstrong when he was thinking of quitting. That is true. That's a movie. That's a scene that didn't age too well after we know what Mr. Armstrong was all about. It's easy not to quit when you're cheating. Number 4, Rob Lowe, Patrick Swayze, Keanu Reeves all played what sport in the 1986 drama Youngblood? That was hockey. Mr. Baseball is an underrated baseball movie. Youngblood is a very underrated hockey movie. Not that there's a ton of hockey movies, but this one's pretty good. Number 5, what was the name of the 1987 arm wrestling movie in which Sylvester Stallone needed to turn his hat backwards before competing? That would be Over the Top. Over the Top. Man, that's a great bad movie. And our bonus question in Mr. Baseball, Tom Selleck's character goes to Japan because a rookie played by a real-life major leaguer takes his first base spot for 2 points. Who was that player? He's known very well here in the city of Chicago. It was Frank Thomas. Frank Thomas has a very quick cameo in Mr. Baseball. So those answers again, number 1 was PF Flyers. Ditka was number 2. True was our answer for number 3. Hockey was number 4. Number 5 was Over the Top. And the bonus question answer was Frank Thomas. Frank Thomas. All right. That wraps up round number 2. We're going to move on to round number 3, double letter celebrities. I am going to read you some clues for some rather famous people, and you have to figure out who they are. And each one of these celebrities has the same first and last initial. Their first name and last name both start with the same letter, hence the double letter celebrities. All righty, let's get rolling. Number 1 in double letter celebs, round 3 on your score sheets. Number 1, this actress lived with actor Tim Robbins for 21 years after meeting him on the set of Bull Durham. Hey, more sports movies. Number 1, this actress lived with actor Tim Robbins for 21 years after meeting on the set of Bull Durham. Who are you looking for there? Again, all these answers, all these names will have the first letter of the first and last name will be the same. Double initials. Number 2, the issue of this guy's, the first issue of this guy's famous magazine came out in 1952. The first issue of this guy's famous magazine came out in 1952. Who are we looking for here? First issue of this guy's famous magazine came out in 1952. All right, number 3. This actress had a small role on the first season of The Office, selling purses as a hot girl. Oops, what are we doing here? Okay. Sorry about that. There we go. This actress had a small role on the first season of The Office, selling purses as a hot girl. What double letter celebrity are we looking for here? Number 4, this reality TV star was also the lead singer of a band with a color in its name. This reality TV star was also the lead singer of a band with a color in its name. This reality TV star was also the lead singer of a band that had a color in its name. Who are we looking for on number 4? Question number 5. Once married to Richard Gere, this supermodel turned heads in the 80s and 90s. Once married to Richard Gere, this supermodel turned heads in the 80s and 90s. And our bonus celebrity, bonus question. For 2 points, this actress played Ethel on I Love Lucy. For 2 points, this actress played Ethel on I Love Lucy. She gets her name scripted in a big heart at the beginning of every episode. This actress played Ethel on I Love Lucy. If you know it, you're going to get yourself 2 points. Let's repeat these for you one more time. This is round 3, double letter celebrities. Number 1, this actress lived with actor Tim Robbins for 21 years after meeting on the set of Bull Durham. Number 2, the first issue of this guy's famous magazine came out in 1952. Number 3, this actress had a small role in the first season of The Office, selling purses as a hot girl. Number 4, this reality TV star was also the lead singer of a band with a color in its name. Number 5, once married to Richard Gere, this supermodel turned heads in the 80s and 90s. And the bonus question one more time for 2 points. This actress played Ethel on I Love Lucy. That's a name you don't hear too much of anymore. Not a whole lot of Ethels rolling around anymore. Not a whole lot of Ethels. Who's going to bring that back? Which celebrity is going to name their kid Ethel, and then everybody's going to do the same thing? That's what it takes these days. All right. I'll give you guys a moment there to finalize those answers. I mentioned earlier I was putting together a database of all the categories I have available since it certainly appears that we're all going to be, at least the responsible ones of us, are going to be doing our holiday parties virtual this year through Zoom or video chats of some sort. I'm going to have home games. I can do custom made home games for you guys with PowerPoint presentation to just like we do when we play in person, based on whatever you guys want. The pricing will vary. How many rounds you want, how many questions you want, that's up to you. You can either pick from categories that are already available, or if you're willing to pay a little more money, and you don't see what you want to play, I can write you your own custom round for whatever category you would like. So I'm going to have that database, that spreadsheet up and running here in a couple of days. So if you'd like to do, if you're having your holiday party virtual and you want to do a round of trivia with your friends and family, or if your coworkers, or your company is doing some sort of team building stuff online, anything. If you want your own custom play at home game where all you got to do is just put the PowerPoint on and play the game, I'm your guy. So I'll have more information about all that on the Facebook page here in the next couple of days once I get that database finalized. So you'll have a list of categories to choose from. If we don't see what you want, we can talk dollars and cents, and I'll create whatever you guys want to play. So just a thought to keep in mind as we move into kind of a weird virtual holiday season. All right, let's do these answers for you. This is double letter celebrities. Number 1, this actress lived with actor Tim Robbins for 21 years after meeting on the set of Bull Durham. That is Susan Sarandon. Susan Sarandon. Susan Sarandon. I think this is the second straight night we've had her as an answer. I think she was an answer on Sunday. Number 2, the first issue of this guy's famous magazine came out in 1952. Of course, is Hugh Hefner. Hugh Hefner. Number 3, this actress had a small role in the first season of The Office, selling purses as a hot girl. That is Amy Adams. Amy Adams. Number 4, this reality TV star was also the lead singer of a band with a color in its name. That band I'm talking about is Black Sabbath. We're looking for Ozzy Osbourne is the answer. Ozzy Osbourne. Number 5, once married to Richard Gere, this supermodel turned heads in the 80s and 90s. We're talking about the gorgeous Cindy Crawford. I wonder if she was in charge of wrangling the gerbils. Yeah, I said it. Bonus question for 2 points. This actress played Ethel on I Love Lucy. That is Vivian Vance. Double V's. Vivian Vance is who we're looking for the bonus. So once again, those answers for our double letter celebrities. Susan Sarandon was number 1. Number 2 was Hugh Hefner. Amy Adams was number 3. Number 4 was Ozzy Osbourne. Cindy Crawford was number 5. And our bonus answer, 2 points, Vivian Vance was Ethel. All right, that's round 3. We're going to move on to round 4. Another request. This came from Carrie of the Goonies. She wanted a round on Parks and Rec, so we are going to do that. So if you have never watched Parks and Rec and you do miserable on this round, send your complaints her way. Parks and Rec, I've seen most of their episodes. Not the biggest fan. It's fine. It's got its moments. It's got good characters. Some of them wee bit overrated. Some people are like, wow, that's the greatest show ever. Let's pump the brakes on that. It's good. It's got some memorable moments. It's not like one of the all-time greats. Sorry, I'm not buying that. I don't like Adam Scott. I want to punch that guy in the face. I don't know why. He's just so smarmy. All right. I'm off my Parks and Rec soapbox. Let's get to the questions. Simple one for number 1. What is Jerry's last name? What is Jerry's last name on Parks and Rec? I don't know if the answer is simple, but the question is nice and short. Yeah, it's funny. It's good. I'll watch it. It's just it's not a Seinfeld or it's not as funny as Archer. I wouldn't put it up on a Mount Rushmore TV shows. Some fans are way too into it. It's like, yeah, okay. Number two, how many ounces is the child-sized soda offered at Paunch Burger? Is it 64 ounces, 128 ounces, or 512 ounces? How many ounces is the child-sized soda offered at Paunch Burger? Is it 64, 128, or 512? Number three, true or false? The name of the giant candy corporation in Pawnee is Mother Loving Sweets. True or false? The name of the giant candy corporation in Pawnee is Mother Loving Sweets. Number four, when Anne hosts a Halloween party, what doll is she dressed as? Was that Barbie, Raggedy Ann, or a Cabbage Patch Kid? When Anne hosts a Halloween party, what doll is she dressed as? Barbie, Raggedy Ann, or a Cabbage Patch Kid? Number five. Gotta scroll down here. What is John Ralphio's sister's name? What is John Ralphio's sister's name? And the bonus question for our Parks and Rec round for 2 points. What is the first and last name of the teenager Leslie considers to be her nemesis? For 2 points, what is the first and last name of the teenager Leslie considers to be her nemesis? Think of a Halloween episode. And for 2 points, what is the first and last name of the teenager Leslie considers to be her nemesis? All right, let's repeat these Parks and Rec questions for you real quick. Number one, what is Jerry's last name? Looking for Jerry's last name on number one. Number two, how many ounces is the child-sized soda offered at Paunch Burger? Is that 64, 128, or 512 ounces? Yeah, Dan, you'd be surprised. It's pretty popular. Number three, true or false? What's the name of the giant candy corporation in Pawnee? Is Mother Loving Sweets. Number four, when Anne hosts a Halloween party, what doll is she dressed as? Barbie, Raggedy Ann, or Cabbage Patch Doll? Number five, what is John Ralphio's sister's name? And the bonus question, it was there. There it is. For 2 points, what is the first and last name of the teenager Leslie considers to be her nemesis? All right, I'll give you a moment here to finalize your answers. We'll see what you guys come up with. We got one more category to go, our general trivia round to wrap things up. I got a feeling a few of you guys were saving your double score for this round. I know the Goonies were. All right, let's do our answers here. Let's find out how good you did on Parks and Rec. Number one, what is Jerry's last name? Gergich is what we're looking for. Jerry Gergich. Gergich. Number two, how many ounces is a child-sized soda offered at Paunch Burger? It is 512 ounces. Apparently, it's not a size made for a child, but it is the size of a child. 512 is what we're looking for. True or false? What is the name of the candy corporation in Pawnee? The name of the candy company is Mother Loving Sweets. True or false? That's false. Sweetums is the name of the candy corporation in Pawnee, Indiana. Mother Loving Sweets was the name of the candy company from the Simpsons episode where Marge gets all sugar banned from Springfield. Number four, when Anne hosts a Halloween party, what doll is she dressed as? She's dressed as the appropriate Raggedy Ann. Number five, what is John Ralphio's sister's name? Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa is what we're looking for. And the bonus question for 2 points, what is the first and last name? You must have them both to get the 2 points of the teenager Leslie considers to be her nemesis, especially on Halloween. Greg Pakitis. Greg Pakitis. Too many I's in that name. Too many dots in a row. It's confusing. Let's see those answers again. Number one, Gergich, 512 ounces was number two. Number three was false. Raggedy Ann was number four. Number five was Mona Lisa. And that bonus answer one more time was Greg Pakitis. Greg Pakitis. All right, that wraps up Parks and Rec. Once again, that was a request. If you guys want specific rounds to play, feel free. Shoot me a suggestion or two. I'm open to anything. These nights are for you, not for me. So what do you guys want to play? Tell me. I'll make it happen. We're going to end our night, though, as we always do, general trivia. This is where I'm going to ask you some random questions. You're hopefully going to come up with the specific answers. After this round, you're going to add up the scores from all 5 of your rounds. Put your final score nice and big on your score sheet and take a picture of it. send that to me via Facebook Messenger, either to the Trivia Nights with Greg page or to my personal account. Either one doesn't matter. They both go to the same place. All right, let's do our general trivia. No true, false, or multiple choice this round. You either know it or you don't. Hopefully some of you guys are good guessers. Here's number one. Who was the youngest man ever to be elected president of the United States? Who was the youngest man to ever be elected president of the United States? Back when the first qualification to be president wasn't you must be older than dirt. Who was the youngest man to ever be elected president? Number two, who was the second person to ever set foot on the moon? Who was number two? Who was the second guy to set foot on the moon? Everybody remembers number one, but who was second? Who does number two work for? Let's have another election question. Number two, who was the first female elected mayor of Chicago? Who was the first female elected mayor of Chicago? I pulled these questions out of an old round, and I actually had to rewrite this because the original question when I first used it was, who is the only female to be elected mayor of Chicago? But that, of course, is no longer the case. So who was the first female elected mayor of Chicago? Number four, what learning disorder did Leonardo da Vinci, Winston Churchill, Albert Einstein, Thomas Edison, and General George Patton have in common? What learning disorder did Leonardo da Vinci, Winston Churchill, Albert Einstein, Thomas Edison, and General George Patton have in common? Number five, how many ribs do humans have? How many ribs are in the human body? Not how many ribs can a human eat, but how many are in the human body? How many ribs do humans have? And our bonus question, our final question of the evening, here it is. New York Yankees legend Joe DiMaggio missed 3 seasons between 1943 and 1945 to serve in World War II. For 2 points, which branch of the military did he enlist in? Bonus question. New York Yankees legend Joe DiMaggio missed 3 seasons between 1943 and 1945 to serve during World War II. For 2 points, what branch of the military was he enlisted into? Can you imagine that happening today? That would never happen in a million years today. I know the guy from the Cardinals, the football player guy that got shot in the back by his own guys. Shh, don't tell anybody. He left, but that guy wasn't a star. This Joe freaking DiMaggio. That's like one of the top players in the game. Could you see Anthony Rizzo giving up 3 years of his career? I only said that because they're both Italian. But could you imagine one of the best baseball players in today, Mike Trout, giving up 3 years to go serve in whatever country wants to kill us these days? Would never happen in a million years. Ted Williams left for a couple seasons too, for Korean War, I think. I don't think it was World War II. Elvis, of course. Elvis though was a mailman. He wasn't close to anything. All right, let's do these questions one more time for you. The number one, who was the youngest man to ever be elected president of the United States? Number two, who was the second person to ever set foot on the moon? Yeah, Bob Feller. We've gone from top professional athletes going to save in the war to people crying about wearing masks in public. Well, we've gone south in a hurry as a society. Number three, who's the first female elected mayor of Chicago? Who was the first female elected mayor of Chicago? Sorry, my foot fell asleep. I had Pickle sleeping on my foot, and he just moved, and now I've got no feeling in the lower part of my leg. Number four, one more time. What learning disorder did Leonardo da Vinci, Winston Churchill, Albert Einstein, Thomas Edison, and General George Patton have in common? Number five, how many ribs do humans have? Kind of want barbecue now. And the bonus question one last time. New York Yankees legend Joe DiMaggio missed 3 seasons between 1943 and 1945 to serve in World War II. For 2 points, which branch of the military did he enlist into? What branch did he fight with? All right. I'll give you guys a moment there to finalize those answers. Don't forget, you are going to take a picture of your final score sheet after I read you these answers. Add up your score, put it nice and big so I can see it, and then send it to me via Facebook Messenger if you're playing on Facebook. I don't think we have anybody on the other platforms right now. Yeah, so once I give you those answers, send me those pictures. We'll figure out who our big Tuesday night winner is. We'll be back tomorrow night for another one of our random games. I will get the categories out to you on the Facebook page and on Twitter at some point tomorrow morning. Thursday, our theme night, we're going to do a food and drink themed trivia. So all food and drink questions on Thursday night. So that's the rest of the week here. Again, if you have any suggestions, I got a suggestion for The Office. I may save that for a Thursday night, maybe a week from Thursday. We'll do all Office trivia. I don't think we've done an Office night yet. That's a popular one that people like. That's another one. I put Office in a category with Parks and Rec. It's good. It's just not as good as the hardcore fans say it is. But we may do maybe in a whole Office night next Thursday for a theme. I'll think about it. It's on the list. All right. Speaking of lists, let's give you the final answers for our night. Number one, who was the youngest man ever to be elected president of the United States? That would be John F. Kennedy. He was 43 years old when he took over the office of the presidency. Can you imagine someone even that young running today? They just say he's too young. I mean, I'm sure that was probably part of the argument against him back then, but I don't even think you could get a 43-year-old on the ticket. They wouldn't even get through the primary. That's like 62 years too young to be president in this country. Who was the second person ever to set foot on the moon, famously pushed out of the way by Neil Armstrong? Buzz Aldrin is number two. Buzz Aldrin. No, he wasn't pushed out of the way. Number three. Who was the first female elected mayor of Chicago? Jane Byrne. Jane Byrne. We saw her. Visited her grave. Well, didn't go to visit her grave, but we saw her grave a couple weeks ago up in Evanston. It was a pain in the butt to find it. But anyway, number four. What learning disorder did Leonardo da Vinci, Winston Churchill, Albert Einstein, Thomas Edison, and George Patton have in common? They all suffered from dyslexia. Yeah, that's what they shared. They were all dyslexic. Number five, how many ribs do human beings have? We have 24. 24 ribs in the human body. And our bonus question, Jolton Joe DiMaggio, he went and served in World War II, missed 3 baseball seasons, so he could be a part of the Army. Joe DiMaggio was in the Army. That's our final answer for the night. Once again, let's do these. Again, number one was John F. Kennedy. Buzz Aldrin was number two. Number three, Jane Byrne. Dyslexia is number four. Number five was 24 ribs. How much for just one rib? And Army was the bonus question answer. All right, that ends my portion of the night. I gave you the questions and the answers. Now it's up to you to start sending me those final scores so I can figure out who our big-time winner is tonight of 24 hours worth of internet play-at-home trivia bragging rights. Those are priceless. Priceless. Get to tell all your friends tomorrow that you won the play-at-home trivia night. It's what everybody wants these days. All right. Start sending me those answers. I'm going to pop them up here on my trusty old iPad. I already got a few popping in. Let's see what we got going on here. We'll figure out who our big winner is tonight. All right, we've got our Glowots, Zupan, and Dan team. Welcome back, Mr. Glowots. You were missed the other night, allegedly. Jen and Justin, welcome in, guys. I have your score. Thank you for playing along. Hope to see you guys here more often. Let's go to the other place. We've got some messages over there. All right, we have Team Rios, Joey and Anna. Thank you, guys. What did you miss? Oh, didn't get the Parks and Rec bonus. And we have Casey. I have your score for checking in. Let me see that. I can't read that. Rico and the Twins. That's all right. I've got your score. Okay. Didn't double the round that you even requested, but that's all right. You still got a perfect on the other one. I didn't write down the number. There it is. We did right there. All right, Carrie. I have the score for the Goonies. Another team that didn't double the round that they requested, but you still would have gotten 14 either way, so it doesn't matter. All right. I guess when you know it's a perfect score, you just go for it. Okay, wait a minute. What is going on here? Joe Ellen, I cannot open your PDF of your score. No. All right, stand by. Stand by. Let's see if I can get it on the desktop. All right, I do get. All right. Looking good, Mr. Lucas. The Mindos, thank you guys so much for checking in. Hope everything is going good up in Milwaukee, and hopefully we'll see you guys soon. And congrats on the new arrival. All right, I just got to check one more spot here for you. Let's see here. I'm missing stuff here. Where is... Technology is absolutely freaking wonderful until it's not. Where do I get the messages? There we go. I missed there. State. I got STD, S the whole way, T and D, in and out of sleep. I've got your score. Thank you. All right, let me just check one last thing here. There we go. All right, I was able to get Joe Ellen's thing opened here. I think I couldn't do it on the iPad. Let's see what we got here. We have Just Joe. I have your score. All right, thank you for playing along tonight. All right, let's do our top 5 real quick. Now that I've got all your scores written down, let's get them up on the big board so you can have your moment of glory. Let's see who we got going on here. All right. Let's get these on here real quick. You guys are there. Whoops. Disregard that. That's from last week. And we just need one more. Here we go. All right. Here is our top 5 for our Tuesday night play at home game. That one didn't save. What the frig? Okay, now here's the top 5. 5th place, our Glowouts, Zupans, and Dan. Super team, 32 points. That's good enough for a top 5. 5th place finish. As always, thank you guys for checking in and playing along. We actually had a 3-way tie for 2nd place. So we're going to go up to 5th to our runner-up position. 3 teams tied with 36 points. Rico and the Twins, the Goonies, and Team STD. You guys all tied for 2nd place with 36. Nicely done. Hotly contested game. But our winners only missed 1 question on the night. They did not come up with the Parks and Rec bonus question, but it didn't come back to haunt them. They are our winners by 4 points with 40 points. Team Rios, Joey, and Anna are victorious this Tuesday night. Congratulations, guys. And thank you, as always, for coming on and playing along. That will conclude tonight's Tuesday night edition of our Play at Home Trivia Nights presented by Trivia Nights with Greg. We will be back here tomorrow night at 7 p.m. and Thursday night as well. So think of some categories you guys want to play. Send them my way. We'll be back here at 7 o'clock. Thank you guys for playing. All of you guys who've been sending tips, thank you so much. It's really appreciated. So until we meet again tomorrow, let's just take good care of ourselves and each other. Be smart, be safe, wear your masks, and play some trivia. We'll see you tomorrow.